Hello and welcome to a Christmas tutorial or something like this. It's not really Christmas related, but we have 24th of December, and so yeah, I did not plan to make a tutorial today, but a few minutes ago I got a question. I think we can do this. I don't have a lot of time now, you can imagine, but I think we can do this, and it's about this one here from Raw and Rendered. You will find a link in the description of him, and he does something like this here. Does very nice cube things. And the question was about this one here, and it was about how to make such a structure, not exactly the same, of course, but how you can do this, and especially how to bring in to a texture this with two different textures. And yeah, and this is what I want to show you today. And yeah, so let's make this. Well, let's start with would say. So don't be surprised if my cinema crashes, because the last time I get freezes and crashes. I don't know why. I think it has to do with the new NVIDIA driver, but I'm not sure. It could be that that I get some freezes or crashes, but it doesn't matter. So let's save this empty file. So save it as whatever. Let's say multi textures. And I want to make a square render here. I don't think that I make a whole render, show you the way, because let's see how fast we are. Good. Cube. Hello. So, and now we need to cut this cube in cubes. And this is the easiest way for this is to work with the Voronoi fracture. So let's go to MoGraph and Voronoi fracture. So the Voronoi fracture, parent of the cube, and I don't like this distribution here. I want a different distribution. So I did not try this before, but I think we get this without trying it. My idea here is bring in a plane. First I want to bring the cube on the floor. It should be here. Right, this doesn't drop to floor here. So the link for this plugin is in the description too, of course. Now this plane I want to make just reset PSR, so it's in the 0 of the cube. So the plane I want to plus C and 200 by 200, the same size as the cube, and I don't need here any subdivisions. So now I make this cube editable, Z, and bring it in the Voronoi fracture in the sources here. You see, okay, we have something. The only thing what I have to do now is to cut this plane a little in pieces, so that we get here smaller cubes, and this is quite easy. I make it, let's see, with the plane cut KJ on the keyboard. So first I have to go here, select it, edge mode, KJ, and if you have an older version for cinema, go with K in the knife tool and go in the plane cut mode. So I have here now a plane cut. This is the wrong direction, so go to okay. So I make a cut here, then a bigger one, smaller one, look, another bigger one, smaller, bigger, and another smaller one. So okay, and now make in the other direction, so in this direction, so make here cube, so something like, it doesn't matter how you do it, it's just how you want it. Of course, if you have in mind a nice patterns, you can do this like you want, so, but I do it just simply like that. Okay, and this is almost too many cuts, huh? It should be okay. This one is go with the plane and make the plane maybe a little bigger, T for scale. take it something like this here. Okay. Now we need in this direction cuts, of course, too, and I want to make it with the same plane, but it's not possible to make it here in one, because when I just copy this plane here, bring it into the distribution 2 here, and let's say I rotate this plane 90 degrees, and with E I move it somewhere like here. You see, we don't get a nice distribution. This is not what I like. So the thing with this is a very easy thing. So first, before I make something with it, I want to make a little offset here. Okay, it looks nice. And now I simply go to the Neue fracture and say current state to object, or right click on it, and current state to object is the same. So I don't need this cube anymore. And we have here now a lot of cubes. Oops, oops. And we want to make one object out of it. So this is a very easy thing. With the middle mouse button, click on the null object here. It selects all the children. And with control click, you click on the null object again and deselect the null. So we have selected all the children. And now connect object and delete. We have one object. This is exactly what we want. I don't need this whole text here. Don't need this text too. Bye bye. And I don't need the color here. Okay. Now again I put this in the fracture object. And now I go to the plane. Make the plane again centered to the reset PSR, centered to this cube. And rotate it now at 90 degrees. Okay, and now you see we get something nice. But maybe I want it in the other direction. Yeah, this is what I like. Bring it a little outside so we see it. Okay. That looks nice. I like it. Good, so again, current state to object. Don't need this anymore, so we can hide this for the moment. Here again, middle click to select all the children, and left click, control click to deselect and come all together. Good so far. This is our cube. Don't need the selections here. Come on, so I don't need these ones. And I don't need color, so this I don't need at the moment. And now I want to bite out some of these pieces here. Good, so I take it and again, no, not again, now I bring it in a fracture object. The fracture object makes of each cubes of this a single cube. So, MoGraph fracture. Okay, sectors, and what was important is explode segments and connect. Now every single cube is solo. And in the fracture object we have the big adventure, we can use effectors. And I want to select my fracture object, go to the MoGraph and want a shader effector. In the shader effector, the parameters, I don't need position, scale or rotation, I just want the visibility. And in the shading, I make a noise. And we get something like this. And this looks nice. Okay. But I don't want it everywhere, I want it just on this edge here in the front. So I go to my shader here and drag it, I know where it belongs to. So, and I go to the fall off. If you don't have R20 and fields, just use in the fall off your spherical fall off. I use the spherical field here. Okay. Bring the field to this edge here in the front and bring it up here. So and you already see it does something. T for scale, and I scale it up. Okay, yeah, this is exactly what I want. I want this side, so I want a full, and this looks nice. Okay. Of course, you can still now play with the seed if you say it does not. Let's play with the contrast. So I have to make my spherical field a little smaller. Okay. Yeah, and now let's play with the seed a little bit. So get different seeds. Well, the first one was this is. Let's go with this one. Okay. I don't need in this shade. I don't need the color in the parameters. So turn off the color. And now what I need is one object out of this. Because we want to texture this with two different textures, and so we need another shader effector in an end, but we cannot use it directly on this fracture. Unfortunately, we can't. I don't think we can. Can we? Let's try, but I don't think we can. As I said, I did not test it, but we will see. I'll try it, simply try it. We need another shader effector for the color. Shader. And here in the shader effector, as I said, we need nothing, not visibility, no nothing, just effector color. That's exactly what I want. Name it color. Bring it over by fracture here. Let's see, okay, the color is inside. That's exactly what I want. If it's not inside, just whoops, drag it in. And in the color shader, shading, and a noise again. In the noise, I want just two different textures, so I need just two different colors here. So I go with the contrast up and have black and white. Good so far. And we should see something here, I think. So let's save this. Let's go to the Lunar Shader here and use alpha strength. Nope. This could work. This really could work. Could it be so easy? Okay, nice. We see we have two different colors here. This will help us. Now, make two materials. Check, make a, say something like this, and another one, bluish one. Good. The first color, set this green lime thing here on the cube, so we have a green cube. And for the second material, I drag in on my cube too, so now it's blue. But we have this nice color shader. And if I use my color shader here, this is a black and white shader now, black and white we can use in the alpha channel. Go in the alpha channel, texture, MoGraph, color shader. And we have two different materials on our thing. And we are totally parametric. We can play still with the seed, we can play with the with everything. So we are done. Let's bring under the cube a safety. Bevel deformer, so sure looks much nicer. Okay, this needs a little bit. We have some cubes. Then let's try it again. So. Okay, this is a little too much. 0.5. Nice. And I don't like this. Let's save it. Don't like this fong here. So let's go down here to fong 10. Yeah, that looks much nicer. Yeah, we are ready, more or less. I save this. And now let's make a little nicer render. So I make it in the physical now. For we don't need to. Color shader works in Octane too, so should have no problems in Octane with it. Let's hide this guy here. I bring in my Nikomedias Scene Rig, and we have now something to render. So okay, let's make it. I don't like to use the interactive render region. This because I get always, as I said, I get always freezing and crashes, and so I hope so. So I avoid to do it with the interactive render region. So I want GI here. Looks very nice. Let's make two different materials. So let's see what we have here. Shift F8. Let's bring in my material pack. It's free for patrons from €5 and above. And here, go to stone. Let's bring in some marble texture and wood. A light wood texture, maybe. Why not? Okay, marble should be my first one. Wood should be my second one, and in the second one, don't forget to bring in the alpha channel, Subidu, MoGraph, color shader, and everything is here. That looks nice. I really like it. Great one. Okay, this was a quick one, but I think it was a fun one. And of course, you have still every possibilities. You can work in the fracture. Let's give it a random effector. The random. Here my effectors are all off, so they have no position, scale, or rotation. I go to the position, and I don't. 555. It's enough. So this could look nice too. Looks even nicer. That's great. But I don't like these intersections here. So maybe not in the Y. I'm sure we have still some intersections somewhere, but I do not really see some. So this is great. Maybe it's just 2 here, not too much, so we don't lose our cube shape too much. Yes, this is nice. Okay, I'm really happy with this one. I will make then a bigger render, and yeah, of course you can do this with every put in here. You can make this with with a sphere or something else instead of the which looks really nice too. I think instead of this cube, you take a sphere. So just paranoid, just cut it in this side, this sphere, and make the same steps, and then groups and do it. Okay, we are done for now. So what can I say now? I wish you all, really all, a Merry Christmas and a really Happy New Year. And thank you so much for your support and for watching my videos and for subscribing and for connecting me and for asking me questions. And if it's just, I'm really happy when people get so many positive feedback for my tutorials and for my whole thing, but don't do only tutorials. I try to help everywhere. I try to help on Facebook, or even I get an email or something else. And yeah, thanks for everything. And yeah, I hope it will continue like this next year. I'm sure I continue with my tutorials, of course. And on my list are so many tutorials, but there are many who need more time. And next year I promised myself to make more in this direction of tutorial direction. And but I have to think about how I do it, because of course it needs time, and I have to see how I can do this with my normal job and everything. So I'm not sure how I do it, but I sure continue. And yeah, thanks again for your support. And speaking about support, if you want to donate, you find the link in the description. And if you want to support me on Patreon, you will find the link in the description too. And I really, really appreciate that. And yeah, I hope to see you next year, all healthy and funny and full power, full learning energy and everything. So yeah, have a wonderful time, and a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and sincerely your Nico. Okay, greetings from Vienna. Tschüss und Baba.